Hello and welcome back to another E7 video. I recorded a very lengthy rant, not even a rant, just me real talking, and it was like 10 minutes after I lost the most saltiest game imaginable. I built Fat Ass Landy. It took me so much time to actually get her to work. Or, I'm sorry, did I say get her to work? No. She never worked. You know why? Because she's always permabanned, and when I do use her, I'm trying to force her into a bad draft because I want to understand how much damage does she do? Does she do this? Can she defeat this? Can she defeat that? I want to limit test. But, when she's not banned, she's probably gonna get punched by a Milim Soulburn, and I'll be damned if Landy survives an S1 into an S3 and then gets extincted into infinity. Fat ass Landy can't have fun with it. It's just impossible. And I did try Injury Lilibet, and the thing that just threw me off is I max injured the Lethe, and the Lethe one-shot my Lilibet, and then she full healed herself. Go kill yourself, Smilegate. I don't even want to use these insults. I swear this game brings out the worst in everyone. So, where is this channel heading to? Forget RTA. I'm not gonna play RTA anymore. Maybe I'll climb for the skin, but that's about it. All it took is Summer Luluka, about 2 balance patches, one buffing LRK, which quite literally is the strongest counter to Ambitious Steven, which, God forbid, Ambitious Steven is good for 1 patch. My bad, I am losing my calm. So, I really just want to compress this video into an actual understandable format. I want to stay focused on one point, but I swear this game makes it impossible. So yeah. Summer Luluka, LRK buff. I guess you could count Lionheart Sermia buff, but I've been using more Lionheart just so I don't have to play against her, And that's basically for everything now. It seems like if you don't want to play this thing, pre-ban it or have it built because you can't compete otherwise. I played into this really good matchup, or at least I perceived it to be a good matchup, and I lost because I just couldn't kill the enemy Karina, and if I try to kill the Orwell, Karina's gonna S2, which is a 50% CR push, and then she's gonna S3, which gives her a speed buff, and then she 50% CRs, and then she gets a speed buff, and then she's 50% CR, and then it's a speed buff, and follow where that goes. It's I complained about it before. Cooldowns in Epic 7 don't exist, and that's it. They just keep giving everyone, hey, speed buff on S1, and then shortly after, this mechanic will one-shot you. Example, ML Landy CR pushes on S1 and then poof, S3 deletes you. Actually, ML Landy broke the game for me. ML Landy is the reason I don't believe in Celine anymore. My enemy picked Celius, Ida, ML Landy, and guess what? My Celine, who I trusted to kill this Ida, didn't even have HP to Ida, because guess what? This Ida had anti-crit, and my enemy didn't even need a DN or Mort S2 proc to apply anti-crit. He just got the anti-crit for free. So yeah, as I'm saying, all it took is 2 units to come out, 1 balance patch that buffs LRK, and that's it. I went from a champion player into a Heartstock master player. Now, I'll tell you something. This is a very fun statistic. I love bringing this up to people. It's really good news, by the way, which definitely should encourage you to play more Wyvern. You should grind more Wyvern, because I swear, I hope end of service comes soon. So, Mediator Cowrick skin. The recent skin, the recent season, has had the lowest amount of players in the last 2 years of the game. If I could clap, I would, but I'm holding the phone on one hand, which should clue you in how burnt out I am. That's good. Maybe Smilegate will realize they fucked up. I sincerely hope they make more broken units like ML Landy and reach a point where they actually have to mass nerf units. I want us to reach a point where nerfing Conqueror Lilius is actually not the only thing they should do. They should nerf A, Ravi, Karina, and all these units, because Cleave is dead, and I sincerely hope they nerf Ron, Lua, etc. I want them to nerf Cleave and nerf anti-Cleave, because honest to God, even Cleave, the only way it works is, hey, you last pick Ron Sid, and you just sweep that way. Or, on the opposite end, you pick Zeo Jacko, and you just hee hee ha ha, and you go from there. Yes, I tried to make that sound as annoying as possible, but it's cringe. Why did I say that? Anyways, moving on. I'm done. I don't even know if it's a gear diff or if I have to relearn the game. And I'll be damned if I have to relearn the game. It's so annoying. This game sucks. It's sapping my life. I spent so long and you're telling me that I'm bad. I would rather wash the dishes. I would rather clean my room. I would rather go to my family and ask them, hey, is there anything you need help with? Okay, usually with video games, I am so enthralled by it to the point where I hope no one disturbs me so I can keep playing. But with Epic 7, it's the reverse. I play 5 games, I get so stressed I put down the phone, and then I go check my family. Hey, do you need help? I go to do the dishes by myself. I mop the floor. I clean my room. I do so much tasks just to not play Epic 7. I will open my hobbies, my other hobbies, you know? Back when I used to draw, I rage quit from drawing, but no, I came back to drawing just because I hate Epic 7, and I'll be damned if I play this game. Which honestly, the only reason I have not deleted Epic 7 is because I have a good guild, I have friends who actually play this game, and it would be a real shame to let go of it. They actually have good sense of humor, we play mock battles, and you know, if I explained this to a therapist 10 years ago, he would tell me, these friends are toxic. They're keeping you, they're enabling you to they're basically enabling your addiction. That's the point we reached, or at least that's the point I reached. You know, I'm sorry I'm not using Conqueror Lilius. I'm sorry I'm not using Karina. I'm sorry for not using the already cancerous units I have, like Apocalypse Ravi. You know, I'm sorry for not building ROL. I'm sorry for not I'm sorry for not saving my mystics to pity LRK and these other units. You know, because God forbid you play your own game. God forbid you don't have to succumb to a meta that Smilegate is intentionally forcing you to play. You know, in most games, if you want to play off meta, just a little skill is required. Here, it feels like I'm not even losing to skill. Wow, ML Landy counterattacked. I sure could have prevented that. Elbrus sure is a fun artifact, and then boom, she just attacks again, and guess what, her S3 has 60% penetration, so no matter who you are, even if you're a defense scaling unit, she will most likely one-shot you. And of course, they just had to make the same thing they did with Lethe. Lethe gives herself speed buff, so she keeps proccing S1 very quickly. ML Landy CR push with S1, and boom, her S3 is available very quickly, just through counterattacks. What else is there to be said? Gone are the days where I have to worry, is my enemy gonna first pick Celilius? Is my enemy gonna first pick Ron? Gone are the days where Crimson Seed on a Ravi was quite literally my biggest problem, because I tried to use Caesarea at the time. But now it's not that. Now it's Zeo, now it's Jacko, Pyrrha, enemy first picks Zahak, because of course when they first pick Zahak, usually they're pretty confident about their Zahak, and of course, if they're not confident about their Zahak, they pick Karina, LRK, ROL, Mediator Kawarek. I am done. It's just unplayable. I have 66 6-stars. Maybe 20 were pretty good, but now it feels like only 5 are good, you know? And here's the thing about Zio. The only reason that I am able to play the game is because I have him and I use him. Back then, if my enemy picks Zio, I insta-lose, so I had to pre-ban him permanently. And then I built him just to not play against him, which I could do the same with Celius, Ravi, and the very few select ML5s I have, because you know, pulling ML5s, that's a pay-to-win thing. You can't expect the average player to just suddenly roll multiple ML5s. It's just not realistic. So yeah, that's the stage I'm in. Even if I want to play like my enemies, I can't. You know, your new player who will enter Epic 7 PvP, he doesn't have Karina, he doesn't have Rocket Punch, he can't roll these ML5s. Actually, he's not even sure if he should whale or not, because he doesn't have enough time to play the game to see it for what it is. There's far too many limited, which, you know, that's their money-making technique, but at least it's not Fate Grand Order. Come on, at least it's not Fate Grand Order. But that's the thing. Your new player is gonna find RTA so miserable because his gear can't compete with the old player's gear. I understand that if I were Heartstock Challenger, fair enough, but all I'm saying is it took one balance patch, 2 units. Suddenly, I am Heartstock Masters. A champion player is Heartstock Masters. Maybe I wasn't Challenger. Maybe I just suck at the game and I got lucky to enter Challenger in the first place. It's not like I made it far, you know, close to Emperor. But that's the thing. As I'm saying, this game is dying. Thank God. You know? Let me look at the screen. 1,838 points. And I'm still top 10k. Last year, when the map was, you know, all Pirate Captain Flan-esque, when you were 1,800, you were literally top 20k. How is it possible that I am top 10k with such low points? It's not like, oh, it's the first week of the season. We're mid-season. Time is passing quickly. People have lives. If people get bored, they won't play. And Epic 7 PvE, hunts are boring. Story after episode 2 keeps declining. Abyss is boring, and don't you dare tell me it's fun, because you're basically building a team, a very specific team for this very specific level. It's not like it's useful anywhere else, and if it is, it's probably Landy A-Ross that carries you, or Landy with Falconer Flurry, and of course your typical Izeria Tamarin, which you use it for Labyrinth. Wow, another fun game mode. And if it's not Labyrinth, what is it? Huh? What's next? You're gonna play Hall of Trials? You call that a game mode? Not engaging. And as I said, story after episode 2 is declining. And it's declining even more because back in the days, every 2 weeks is a new story. You read the story, it finishes, maybe you clear shop, but the point is, now you select the event and you can only play up to where you cleared. So your new player is going to lose interest quickly because they can't clear shop and they refuse to change this event until they clear shop because they don't want to waste resources, right? And that's the thing. That's another thing. They don't know which events to pick, and if they pick 5 boring events, they'll understand, reading events is boring, and it has been for a while, if I'm being honest. Hwa-Young event, a nothing burger. Zahak event, nothing burger. Arya event, nothing burger. Sharoon gives you the worst introduction to a final boss villain I've ever seen in my entire life. You cannot mess up Zio that badly, and they did. I am done. You know I have even more complaints to voice, but I am genuinely done with Epic 7 PvP. I'll be damned if I have to play the story. I'll be damned if I have to do any more than I've already done. It's the Sunk cost fallacy. I've put so much into this game, not money-wise, I mean effort and time-wise. I've put so much into this game to leave empty-handed. But I am leaving empty-handed. I'm done. There is just nothing I can do anymore. You try new things, but this game, unless you have whale gear, or unless you pick a 1-to-1 counter, by this I mean you pick Kisei into Hua Young, then the chances of you enjoying the game are near zero. But theory can only take you so far, so good luck getting that gear that takes you months to get, and then when you get it, it's an absolute failure, because guess what? By the time you got the gear, some new unit just completely destroys your strategy, or the meta has shifted to the point where your strategy has become irrelevant. That's the level we're at. I'm done. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I just need a break, but I'm done.